Alright, welcome everyone to today's stream. I'm DIGI-PANDA, just me here. Today we are doing a case opening of Dual Revolution. It's gonna be exciting. I think there are a lot of people who are really excited for this set. I've been taking a little bit of a back burner seat in regards to Digimon in general. It's been interesting. I'll say that much. I was gonna also talk about that a little bit too. I was gonna have a face camera on, but then in the end, I kind of thought, I'm just gonna be opening packs, and yeah, we're just gonna go with it. So today we're gonna be opening 12 boxes again of BT25 Dual Revolution. I didn't do a case or a set review like I normally do for this one. It's a little different. I know a lot of you kind of missed that as well. I think for me, my interest in Digimon kind of waned after, and there are a few reasons for it. 81 and the restriction list was kind of a 2-for-1 for me, where like, I personally felt that as a collector, 81 was kind of a giant middle finger. Because it was just hard to collect playsets of anything. I opened 2 cases, didn't get a playset of all the secrets, even reprints, didn't get a playset of all the supers, which I don't know. It was just really weird for me. So it was kind of one of those times where I felt kind of burned from a product. And don't get me wrong, like I think RB1 was kind of like a hey, we want to do reprints. And AD1 was a step in the right direction for them to do it. I just felt they still could have done more. And ultimately it was because of that I felt kind of like from a collector side of things, I didn't feel good. Like I just didn't feel good. From the playing side of things, I also kind of felt a little burned from the restriction list, because the restriction list was very much a, hey, we're going to hit all these older archetypes, and that's it. Like, we're not really going to touch anything new that you would expect. We're just going to... And by the way, if my audio is terrible, just let me know in chat so I can fix it, because, yeah, I don't stream that often, and sometimes it's still weird for me to stream, because... I think for me, growing up, I didn't do too much streaming, and I never really had the voice or opportunity to voice my opinion. Where the heck did I put my scissors? Man, this stream is off to a rough start. I had scissors, and I found them. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. Alright. But that's my general, like, gist and opinion right now of kind of the Digimon card game. I'm taking a break because I don't want to push content. I do feel a little burned out from many things. So this time it is going to be a little different. I'm actually going to move some screens around because I have them all in the wrong place right now. This isn't helping. I'll be right back. So we are going to move this here. Move this over here. Okay. That should do it. All right. So yeah, normally, like, I do a set review, so, like, I would have gone over and been like, oh, Appmon. So this is a Glowing Dawn card. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Glowing Dawn trait card and 1 yellow Beat Break trait card among them to the hand, return the rest to the bottom. Your typical searcher has Barrier. Honestly, pretty nice. I think Barrier is honestly a really strong yellow effect. We also got new Galgamon, so, like, we're also going to see Data Squad, we're going to see Glowing Dawn from Beat Break. These are all the different archetypes. Interestingly, we are going to see another Appmon. I don't know how I feel about Appmon in general, but looking at Rebootmon, I saw it unsuspends and thought immediately good. Because if you have security attack +1 and you unsuspend, that's 4 checks, typically. And if you can also do other elements of like protection or whatnot, then you're basically good to just attack into security for wins. Question is, can you be consistent and fast enough? I literally heard today there's another loop out there. I don't know how I feel about that yet, so I haven't really, again, looked at a lot of these cards, so not too familiar. Iron Slash, really cool option card. I think Volcanismon is actually going to be really interesting. It does everything Appmon wants to do, but like 3 times as good, honestly. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, like, I still want to open up a case every now and then when I can. Padamon's also kind of cool. It's a Searcher 2 for the Angel deck. We got Delta, we got Boot, Das Boot, and Shutmon. Okay, so we got some rares for our first pack. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, normally I would open like 2 or 3 cases, and I've just been going down on like how many cases each time. I'm also going to go ahead and end the poll for the time being because it is covering my chat and I can't read all your beautiful messages. So 1 second, we're going to go ahead and end this poll. All right. Hello, Art Dad. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Reboot Mon seems very strong. Good boss monster. Feels like appmon have kind of struggled to have one better than Gaiamon. Yeah, I also feel like that it doesn't help that not all the appmon archetypes have been like amazing. So like they're kind of in some regards pack filler. Some people might be offended by that. I'm happy we have a Commandramon. It's interesting that we have black-purple Commandramon, so more multicolored decks. We got Raremon, Monodramon, Divine Arms version Omega, Bearmon, the sad version, you know, because everybody likes sad bear, and then Ignition Flare, Orochimon. It's so interesting that a lot of these black cards that we have in this set were previously purple. So we had Raremon, we had Orochimon, we have Dragomon. All those cards went from black or purple to black. We got Agiochismon, blue. This one's really interesting to me because we have D-Digivolve on play when Digivolving, and also when your security stack is removed from your Shaman Trait Digimon may unsuspend. So, not only does this say one of your Shaman Trait Digimon may unsuspend, this also means that we can technically utilize this with Neptunemon. So Neptunemon has another unsuspend here with that as well. We also see another Cressimon, and that's pretty much it. So, nothing too crazy. Next Packo, we have Floramon, Fremon, Daramon, Pagumon, Angemon. Alright, I'm gonna be real here. Angemon Ascension is pretty lit. Like, I think Ascension is one of the newest keywords in the Digimon card game that I'm really excited for. I don't play Angels personally. I think the only excitement that I have right now is more so that Angels can kind of, you know, build and stand on its own legs. And in regards to that loop deck I was talking about earlier, it's Angel Loop. Some people have told me that it can kill by turn 2. Its consistency is still kind of the only thing in question right now. Which, if you want to watch gameplay, Eagle's Nest is currently running, so go ahead and head that way as well, or simultaneously open up a second window if you don't really care about the case opening, box opening, and you want to watch people play Digimon. Not sure if Ristu's commentating tonight, but still, nonetheless, check out their content. We got Galmon, Cougarmon, Paradise Coliseum. We got Guardian Palace, Agiochismon. Oh, we got the Rare Pull Ice Wall right off the bat. Alright, so this is the newest card that you can get in a box. These are the limited rare pulls that you can get. And some people were listing these at $500. And honestly, I don't see them being at $500. They're kind of like the emblems in my opinion. So I could see them being as low as $25 or as high as like $150. That's just my current ballpark. So we got ourselves Ice Wall, and if you do get cases, you're guaranteed 2 of these per a case. So just FYI, that's something to consider. Oh, for sure, for sure. There's a lot of OTK potential now with a lot of the decks because, say, Agiochis gives you an unsuspend. The other fact is that it could also be Marukimon at your top end. It could be Jupitermon. It could be really anything. All right. Let's move on. I'm going to put this right there. All right. We got Wanya, Craft, Kiwi, Thyra, Lekis, Sealsdra, Galgamon, Gear Forest Village, Lunamon, Onmon. Oh, yeah. We have on and off. Tanktramon. And then we got ourselves a Monica Simmons. Super rare. This is one of the new memory fixers. What she does is you may return 1 TS Trait option card from your trash to the hand. If this effect didn't return, you get to draw 1. So it reminds me a little bit of the Adventure Tai, Kamiya, and Matt Ishida card, where you get to recycle pieces. But nonetheless, it's nice. Your return effect is when one of your TS Trait, when you use a TS option card. I still have a cough, by the way, or I have a new cough now because of allergies. When you use TS Trait option cards, by suspending this tamer, one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack until their turn ends. So basically, you get to stun a Digimon from attacking. Pretty useful. I do like the high rare version of these older cards. But I also am upset that it's basically saying Greymon X will never come off the list, even though it honestly should, in my opinion. Iron Slash, Mirage Beast Knight. What makes me sad about this card is that when this card would be used, by trashing the bottom face down card from under any of your tamers, you reduce the use cost by 2. And this is basically your Warp Digivolution option card, kind of like the Dragon of Courage or the Wolf of Friendship. Or, yeah, I think that's what it's called. Downside is you can reduce this down to 3 if you want to. Gardramon, blocker. When this Digimon will leave the battle area by trashing one of its linked cards, it doesn't leave. You got Witchmon, a good Three Musketeers card, I think, because... No, this is just Titan. My bad. Shikuamon. This is the newest version of Shikuamon that a lot of players are probably going to pick up because of the fact that we had the CS1 Limited. It's not as good. Let's see. On play, when Digivolving, you may place 1 Angel, Archangel, 3 Great Angels, or Iliad trade Digimon card from your hand or your Digimon's Digivolution cards as this top or bottom security card. Then if DNA Digivolving, you trash both players' top security card, which would then trigger potentially Ascension. I don't have the card near me, so I can't double check that. All turns, once per turn when your security stack is added to, Digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon. Gross. I like that. I kind of wish we had the float mechanic still. Nonetheless, still nice. We got Grizzlymon, blocker. Armalizamon, Guardian Palace. Patamon the Searcher. We got Great Grizzlymon, and then we have ourselves an Alt Art Dianamon, namesake of my child. This is the Alt Art. You can see some of the texture. Let's see. When this card will be played, if your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon, reduce the cost by 5. On play, when Digivolving, none of your opponent's Digimon with 1 or fewer Digivolution cards can suspend until their turn ends. Then delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. Okay. When any Digimon are played or Digivolve, you may trash any 4 Digivolution cards from your opponent's Digimon. Gross. So it triggers itself. Then 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into Grace Level 1 in the hand. That's not bad. I think this is one of the more powerful options too. And remember, for boxes, this is what I was hearing originally from a lot of people, but you get 7 super rare hits, 2 alt arts, one of which could be a secret, and then you have a guaranteed 2 ultimate rares per box. So we already have an extra hit for this one, so it's going to be interesting to see what we see. We got Hawkmon, Tapmon, Hyamon, Craftmon, Lady Devi. This is going to be the Three Musketeers card that everyone's going to be gunning for as well, in addition to the Beelstarmon. Based on initial reads, on play when Digivolving, by placing 1 Three Musketeers trait card from your hand, or trash as any of your Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, you draw 1. When Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn by trashing 1 option card from any of your Digimon's Digivolution cards, you may use 1 Three Musketeers trade option card from your trash with the cost reduced by 3. Which means you can use the option card Fly Bullet with the Beelstar, if I'm reading this correctly. So, pretty nice. Pagumon, Gazimon, Factorial Area. We have ourselves a Geomon, Mach-Gaugamon, Callismon, and we got ourselves Murasamemon. Yeah, it's just Board Sun from the sounds of it. Alright, Aquila, Dory, Lyle, Lekis, Rare, Free, Grizzly, Gecko. I have a cough drop, by the way, so if you're hearing crunching, that's me. Cosmic Area, Logamon, Thomas H. Norstein returns. So we got ourselves Mirage Galgamon again. It's going to be exciting for some of those players out there who want to play Mirage Galgamon. You have a new one. It's dual colored. If we pull it, we'll talk more about it then. We also got ourselves a Sarismon. On play when Digivolving, you may suspend up to 2 Digimon. Then none of your suspended Vegetation or TS trait Digimon are affected by your opponent's Digimon effects until their turn ends. Personal opinion, I wish it was just blanket immunity for all your Vegetation Digimon from like anything. Because most of the time if you want to play like old plant vegetations, you're putting out a bunch of Digimon on board that are typically being played by on-play effects or when Digivolving effects. Which means that you're not drawing cards because you're playing Digimon under the field. So typically, once you have a wide board, if you get Crimson Blaze, you're just done. You're just absolutely, like, thrashed. I opened a box and got a single Thomas out of it. I mean, They keep readjusting the ratio, so things are going to keep changing for us, unfortunately. That's one of the big problems. Our ratios keep changing. Kiwi! I'm going to put Thomas over here in the rare pile. Did I mess that up? No, we're good. Kiwi, Cyber Engage, Monodramon, Daramon, Toy Agumon, another great searcher. All the Three Musketeers, like, high rarity cards from like EX6 and EX7 jumped. I think it's EX6 where it came from. Sealstramon, Wanya, Coronamon. We have Delta. We have a Bear, the happy version of it. And then we have Flaremon, followed by a Grappleomon. Grapple. Yeah, Grap. King Jaden, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Because my allergies are kicking my booty. Galmon, Elecmon, Toko, Gatch, Galgamon, Divine Arms version Omega, Firemon, Magna Angemon. Okay, so we have an Ascension card here. So Ascension says when this Digimon is deleted, you may place this card as the top security card. And then it also has an effect here that says when effects trash this card from the security stack, you may play one level 4 or lower Angel or Iliad trait card from your hand without paying the cost. So, honestly not bad. This one's level 4 or lower. The Angemon probably does something else. I have to look at that one again when I find it. Cougarmon, staple at this point is to make everything have barrier. This is the Dragomon I was talking about earlier that is now going from purple to black. Old Dragomon basically said, play a Digimon, and then Leviamon will let me Digivolve into it. But this one has jamming, and also does some other things where when this Digimon would leave the battle area by trashing one of its linked cards, it doesn't leave. And Link is important now for a lot of TS trait cards for the fact that we have Volcanismon, which, again, we'll get there when we get to the card, or open it. Okay, so we got our first Ultimate Rare. We got ourselves the Beelstarmon. So Beelstarmon debuts in this stream already. You're expected to get at least 2 Ultimate Rares per box, and of the Ultimate Rares that you're going to get, you should be able to get a playset in a case. So FYI, if you're picking up a case, you're probably going to get all your Ultimate Rare playsets. Also, if you're buying cards right now, stop. Stop doing it. Alright. Kokua, Angemon, Mara, Iron Slash, Flora, Mirage Beast Knight, Commandramon. Let's see what this Commandramon does. When moving on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You add 1 card with Chaosmon in its name or the D-brigade or XL trait among them to the hand, and then return the rest to the top or bottom of the deck. What I like about this is that now I can search for Chaosmon. So I can actually build like meme tier variants of D-brigade. Alright, we got Pegasusmon. It is treated as a Holy Beast, Iliad, or TS. So this can be played. It's not an Angel though, so that'll be interesting as well. Rochimon, Paradise Coliseum, Callismon, and we got ourselves an Alt Art Reboot Mon. That means we do not get an Alt Art, or we don't get a secret in this box. But this is the card that I was talking about earlier for appmon fans out there. So, Security Attack +1, Reboot, and Link +1 when Digivolving when attacking, once per turn by linking 1 appmon trait Digimon card from your hand, or this Digimon's Digivolution card to this Digimon without paying the cost, one of your Digimon may unsuspend. And then all turns, once per turn when this Digimon gets linked or unsuspends, until your turn ends, this Digimon gains Piercing and Blocker, and your opponent's Digimon effects don't affect it. So effectively, option cards are really the only thing that really hurt it, which is why in the grand scheme of things, even though we have the Angel loop out there, one of the decks that could potentially hard counter in this particular meta is going to be Three Musketeers. Let's see. Yeah, they're not textured, they're just flat. So I can bring this back into the screen so you guys can see it. No textures, just flat. The alt arts should be textured though, if I'm not mistaken. Pluto Nash, why stop? What do you mean by that? Fang, Tap, Witch, Gardra, Shakua, Hawkmon, Grizzly, Logi, Logi, Logitech. Offmon, Bearmon, again, sad version, Clavis Angemon, and then Kyo Sawashiro, the rare. We got ourselves Marimon, Aquilamon, Tokomon, Elecmon, Divine Arms version Omega, Kiwimon, Fremon, Garudamon, Ignition Flare, Gear Forest Village, Cressimon, and we got ourselves a super rare in the form of Marsmon. Another interesting tech here. Let's see. When this card would be played, if there's a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more, reduce the cost by 5. So it's basically kind of like a promo Gallantmon or the secret from BT13. On play when Digivolving, one of your Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP for the turn. Then one of your Digimon may battle one of your opponent's Digimon. Once per turn, when any of your TS3 Digimon win a battle, you trash your opponent's top security card. So as long as you can win the battle, in terms of comparing the DP, it doesn't matter if like they're immune or battle protected. It's just going to be straight comparison to DP there. Then one of your Digimon may so you get DP buffs, but you don't get piercing. The piercing would have been interesting, though, honestly speaking. Oh, stop buying cards, because, like, they're expensive right now. There's no reason to, like, go ahead and buy it, you know? Lekis? Like, prices of everything are going to come down. They always do. They always will. The only ones that I'd be scared of would be, like, Beelstar alts, if anything. Mirage, Rare, Grizzly, Gatchmon, Angemon, Logimon, Geckomon, Magna Angemon, Dan Yuki, and we got ourselves the new triple color Titamon. Whew, what a lot of text. Alright, Digivolve from Titamon without 3 colors for a cost of 2, and then Digivolve from a level 5 with the TS trait for a cost of 4. On play, when Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn by trashing 1 card in your hand, delete all of your opponent's highest DP Digimon. After, if played or Digivolved by an effect, you trash their top security card. All turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area, by trashing 2 cards in your hand, it doesn't leave. When your hand is trashed from, delete one of your opponent's lowest DP Digimon on all turns. And that's not once per turn, by the way. So that's a lot of removal there. Yeah, the whole situation with AD1, again, that's where I was a little soured. I'm probably going to have to tell the story like 6 times. But ultimately, it's the fact that I felt burned in terms of gameplay, and I felt burned in terms of collecting, which is why I didn't really do much with Digimon in the last couple of months. It was kind of a... I don't want to feel pushed to, like, do a certain thing in the card game. I prefer, like, creative freedoms. So, like, when it comes to, like, deck building, I want to build a deck how I want to build it. I don't want to build, like, the same, like, TS slop or CS slop or Adventure or Glowing Dawn. I just want to build my archetypes. Okay, so this is our first Azio, just green. And then we got ourselves a Sirenmon. Magna Wing X, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Let's check something. Okay, so we got Shikua, Gardra, Witch, Grizzly, Tap, Flora, Fremon, Mach Galgamon, Logomon, Garudamon, Black Automon, and the second ultimate rare, we got ourselves the Habakirimon. So Habakirimon is one of the other ultimate rares in the set. And it has a lot of text. When Digivolving when attacking, once per turn you recover 1. Then by trashing the top security card of one player with the most security cards, this Digimon unsuspends. All turns, once per turn, when any of your Glowing Dawn trait Digimon would leave the battle area, by trashing your top security, they don't leave. So it has protection, it has potential to trash your opponent's security, but it also is an option card. So it won't have a play cost, so it can't be affected by black option cards, or black effects for the most part. The use requirement is a Glowing Dawn trait, and it has a main one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8,000 DP for the turn. Then by trashing your top security card, all of your opponent's Digimon get minus 5,000 DP for the turn. So basically removal, and then it reminds me of a little bit of Revelation of Light. So yeah, second ultimate rare. And I think the ultimate rares can also be alternate arts as well, and they don't count towards your alternate arts, but I haven't confirmed that yet. Yeah, Rocks and Medusa are pretty much the strong ones as well. So we got Sealstra, Grizzly, Lekis, Dara, Fyra, Toko, Kiwi, Pegasus, Cosmic Area, Drago, Murasame, and Graplio. And we already hit Ice Wall, so that's one of our chase options for the case already. So Mirage Beast Knight, Toyagu, Lady Devi, Cyber Engage, Wanya, Divine Arms Omega, Gatchmon, Armaliza, Bearmon, Ignition Flare, Clavis, and Great Grizzlymon. Yeah, Medusamon is probably my... How do I want to phrase this? So Medusamon is basically War Greymon on steroids. It takes everything War Greymon wanted to be and just does it better in every possible way. Progress is something that War Greymon needed. We're never going to get it. Monodramon, Fangmon, Commandramon, Hyamon, Orochimon, Cougarmon, Paradise Coliseum, Echiochusmon Blue, and Bootmon. Das Boot! It's interesting to see how Kyo's deck is a new iteration of the yellow deck that kills itself to kill you. I will agree. This one seems probably a lot better than Dynasmon or Kentaurismon, though IMO. I personally feel like a lot of decks in the Digimon card game are also just reskins of other decks. So Kentaurismon was kind of like the first start wave of like, I'm going to kill myself to kill you. Then Dynasmon was like, I'm going to do that too. And now we have Habakirimon. So Mirage is basically a retrain of Metal Garurumon. Medusamon is basically upgraded War Greymon. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. But I also do want to stress, and I'm going to stress this right now really hard. Just because I'm not uploading content, I don't want players to feel like I'm saying, oh, Digimon is dying, oh, Digimon is... No. I don't want any of that, like, messaging to be kind of what people perceive as why I'm not doing content. I want people to understand that if you're having fun with the Digimon card game, keep playing it, keep doing it, keep understanding it, and just enjoy yourself. Like, the thing is, card games shouldn't be about, you know, oh, I'm making money, or I love playing this deck that, whatever. I think for me, I just want people to have fun and enjoy it. And if you're not having fun, take a step back, take a break, and then when you see something, a new set that comes out that is something that you personally love, or something personally that you engaged with as a child, or maybe it's nostalgia, you know, any of those things, that's where I think that you can come back to the card game. Meramon, Craftmon, Aquilamon, Eliomon. So for the case of Dual Revolution, I don't have a huge stake with Beat Break. I've watched a few episodes. I've seen a few clips of like the newer episodes. The animation looks fantastic. I think Armin from Attack on Titan is in the show now after seeing a few other clips, and I was just like, is that Armin? But I also feel like there are certain elements of the show that don't necessarily call to me as a, oh, you have to like relate to it. Don't get me wrong, it looks fantastic, by the way, but like, I personally just think that if I don't have a connection to the set, I'm less likely to be involved with it. And the big thing here is, it's not about quitting Digimon, it's about a shift in priorities. That's the other thing. I don't think the economy is great right now for like buying a crap ton of card games. And for me, one case is already like more than enough of what I want to do. It helps present some information to my viewers, and I get some cards to build decks that I might build, or I might just throw it into a collection binder. But I think that ultimately this is where, you know, if you are on the fence of like quitting Digimon, it's one of those, are you quitting because you're not having fun with the game? Are you quitting because you don't feel like you can like do anything in the meta? Ultimately, the answer for me is, if like, I love Greymon decks, right? I love Greymon, I love War Greymon, I love Victory Greymon, I love Blitz Greymon. But the thing is, none of those decks are exactly, you know, meta. by any means. So if I wanted to play something that's like close or a semblance to Dragonkin trait Digimon, I'm going to be playing Medusamon. But the thing is, I don't find Medusamon fun because even during the last regional event that I commentated with Risu on, it was kind of one of those, oh, this guy's got it. Like, this guy has everything in his hand to like kill him. Like, what? Oh, we have technical issues? Oh, like, viewers, we'll be right back. And then it's like, okay, we're back. We're gonna cast and commentate game 1, and then it was like, oh, never mind. This guy's already dead. Like we're going to game 2. Like there's no reason to like what. That's where to me I was very much in the mood of, if the decks continue to be like one turn setup, 2 turn I kill you, 3 turns I'm most definitely going to kill you. I need them to slow it down a little bit. And I have a few ideas. Like, I have some really dumb ideas that I was going to make videos on and be like, man, what if Bandai made this archetype as an actual, like, thing in Digimon? Excuse me. Interestingly, we do have, like, ways to tax your opponent. We have ways to tax memory. We have floodgates that can stop, you know, memory from being gained, Digivolution cost being reduced, reduce costs from being played, etc. And I think for me the big one is we don't really have like non-Digimon ways to do that, which is why I wanted to make Control Spires like an actual deck. I had like so many things written in the works to be like, yo, maybe Bandai could do this and make it really good. But ultimately I was like, nah, we're not going to make this video. This is too complicated. And the thing is, like, for some content creators, it's a delicate navigation of what are you making content for? Are you making content to make money? If so, Digimon really isn't the right avenue to make money because it's super niche. It's like you have a big sphere of an anime, right? And of all the anime archetypes you picked this little bitty like Digimon niche right here. Like, that's what you went for. So I'm not saying, again, that Digimon is bad or Digimon is dying. Everyone has a preference for the speeds, and everyone has a different preference for, like, deck choices. And so that's why, ultimately, like, as I'm giving you this spiel, I'm not telling you that Digimon is bad. And I'm not telling you that I'm quitting, or I'm not telling you that, oh, it's doomed, it's dying. I want you to make your own decision and take your own opinion of where you are with the game. And truly use that as an understanding of, do you like where you're at in the game right now? If not, take a break. If you do like where things are at, if you love the decks that are being played, if you want to play, say for example, you want to play Marsmon with, sorry, not Marsmon, Apollo with Dianamon and make Grace Nova, go for it. Because there's a lot of support for like all these different decks out there. And honestly, I still love the art. I just wish that they would guarantee chases in every case. That's all. That's all I'm wishing for, guys. So, anyway. We get 2 cards per pack for our box toppers. We're gonna get a Cougarmon, and we also got ourselves full art Gecko. These are actually really cool arts. I really love, again, the art in the Digimon card game is peak. If anyone ever, like, says Digimon has crap art, there are only a few arts that I absolutely don't really like. Hydramon, I'm sorry, but you're on that list of offenders that, you know, just has to go sometimes. But in regards to everything else, I love the art. I'm not a fan of the speed right now, personally. That's one thing where I'm kind of like, I want more engagement back and forth. I think dual cards might eventually be like what the game needed to really make it powerful. I'm not gonna also do my normal box tracking stuff yet, because I'm just gonna... I've been yapping a lot. It took me 30 minutes to get through that box. Or, sorry, 40 minutes, because I started at like 6:50. So that was a lot longer than I normally do for a single box opening. So if you're here to like just watch the polls and you're like, God, shut up, DIGI-PANDA, I'm sorry. But at the same time, I just want to make my opinion known and my reasonings for why I've been really taking a step back from Digimon for the time being. I've been spending a lot more time with family and also doing a lot more, like, somewhat gaming, I guess, in some ways, but not really. Like, if you're collecting, I think it's also another thing. For some people, they want to collect, like, you know, their favorite Digimon. For me, I had the longest goal of collecting 4 of everything. And honestly, I can't do that anymore. It's just too expensive. There's just too many art types, too many card types, and you're just like, oh god, why are you doing this? So the 81 was one of the biggest moments for me where I reflected and was kind of like, do I want to keep collecting Digimon anymore? Because, like, 81 just felt bad in regards to pull ratios when it was like, hey, I really want a playset of alt art, X card, whatever. Or I want secrets. Now, don't get me wrong. I got all the secrets that I needed for, like, the regular arts. But I pulled diddly squat for, like, the alt art secrets. And that really, like, Lady Debbie, Grizzly, Fyra, Cyber Engage, Gachamon, Fangmon, Corona, Ignition Flare. What does Orochimon do? On play, when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't attack until their turn ends, so basically says no attacking. When this Digimon suspends, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 play cost 4 or lower TS trait Digimon card among them without paying the cost. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Wait. When this Digimon suspends, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 play cost 4 or lower TS trait Digimon card from among them without paying the cost. Is there anything with Alliance? I can't think of anything with Alliance right now, but that's where I'm kind of like, I immediately thought Alliance would be really funny with this card for some reason. Anyway, Sirenmon, and then Ultimate Brachio. Just a bunch of rares. Thank you, Juggernaut. I really appreciate the support. At this point, like, I'm still going to keep doing playmats. I'm probably going to cut back on the number I actually order, because I think right now there's not a lot of people who... It's not that people don't like the design, I think it's the affordability aspect of it. And I want to make sure that players can, you know, have it, but also not, like, have that FOMO, fear of missing out kind of deal. Because ultimately, like, if I only print, say, 35 mats of something, then there's still going to be... I could print more in the future if I need to, is the other thing. Kiwi, Cougar, Garuda, Guardian Palace. We got ourselves a second Thomas Norstein. And then we got Ghoulmon. Lyle, Mara, Grizzly, Gardro, Tap, Shakua, Hawkmon, Gear Force Village, Lunamon, Armaliza, Flaremon. We got ourselves the Mirage Galgamon. Alright, so we got ourselves another discussion briefly before I move on to the next pack. Mirage Galgamon Reboot. Reboot Evade. I don't know if you guys can read that. When Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn you may return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the hand. Then by trashing the bottom face down card under any of your Tamers, return one of your opponent's lowest level Digimon to the hand. All turns when effects add to your opponent's hand or trash or from under your Tamer... Wait. When effects add cards to your opponent's hand or trash from under your Tamers, this Digimon may unsuspend. When effects add cards to your opponent's hand. Or trash cards from under your Tamers. Okay, so there's 2 clauses right there. So basically you still get the unsuspend. It doesn't have protection. So it's kind of like, for me. It has evade, though, which is where it could get the protection. And then I think the big thing for me is now that you have multicolored, you can do a lot of things, because I'm not going to lie. I've been looking at ways to do Fire Rocket. And considering this is a Data Squad card, that means that you do have access to Marcus, who is red, typically. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Alright, let's keep going. Witchmon, Divine Arms Version Omega, Craftmon, Iron Slash, Firemon, Lyomon, Wanyamon, Onmon, Guardian Palace, Magna Angemon. We got ourselves Kazuki and Itsuki, and Black Gatomon. The new Makgauga has a protection inheritor as well? Ah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing. So, people were talking about how the new Data Squad cards are like, we're going to be DM, but with our Tamers. So, we're going to slide cards from that face down under our Tamers, and DM's like, we'll slot them face down under our Digimon. So, it's an interesting kind of like, we're stealing this motif kind of deal. Raremon, Pagumon, Floramon, Daramon, Sealstramon, Factorial Area, Aegeomon, Mock Galgamon. Speak of the devil. Thank you, Aura17, for that. Alright, so Aura says that all turns, once per turn, when this Digimon with Galgamon in its name, or the Data Squad trait would leave the battle area, by trashing the bottom face-down card from under any of your tamers, it doesn't leave. So this does limit it, though, to the new Data Squad stuff. What's this new Thomas say? All turns when effects add to your opponent's hand by suspending this tamer, you may place the top 2 cards of your deck under this Wait. When effects add cards to your opponent's hand by suspending this tamer, you may place the top 2 cards of your deck face down under this tamer. Okay, so basically, regardless whether if you run the new Thomas, you have ways to use Mock Galgamon's protection effect. That's all I was looking for. Dan, Yuki, and Tankdramon. Tankdramon's effect when Digivolving when attacking once per turn, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play one play cost 12 or lower D-Brigade or XL trait Digimon card among them, with the cost reduced by 5. So, Darkdramon Ace? That'll be interesting. When any of your D-Brigade or XL trait Digimon are played, one of your opponent's Digimon can't Digivolve until their turn ends. I love stopping your opponent from Digivolving. It's so goated whenever you have that effect. So goated. Alright. Mirage, Beast Knight, Toyagu, Marimon, Galgamon. Let's see. If you have one or fewer tamers, you may play one Thomas Norson from your hand without paying the cost. So, really nice. Elecmon, Aquila, Commandra, Bear, Cosmic Area, Logamon, Aegyoch's Blue. That's our third one, I think. And then we got ourselves another Cressy. These seem to be paired right now for me. Alrighty. Gazi, Galmon, Angemon, Kokua, Lekis, Cyber Engage, Lady Devi, Bearmon. It looks like we got ourselves the ultimate rare. Drago, Gecko, Tomoro Tenma, and we got ourselves Habakirimon. Habakiri. Let's put Habakiri right there. I love the new XL D-Brigade cards. They both work nicely for both decks, and I think that is pretty cool. I agree. I think one of the big problems I had with my original D-Brigade build was the fact that I couldn't locate Chaosmon without bottom decking it. So I always had to manipulate the top or bottom of the deck to draw into it. But now with this, I'm able to kind of add it straight to hand. Delta, Kyo Sawashiro, and we got ourselves another Monica Simmons. Is the Searcher enough? We'll see. Shakua, Hawkmon, Gardro, Tap, Witch, Grizzly, Toyagu, Pegasusmon, Orochi, Garuda. We got ourselves Callus, and we have ourselves Murasame. I think those two are also paired. We got Fangmon, Cyber Engage, Grizzly, Toko, Lady Devi, Mara, Lyle, Logi, Offmon, Corona. We got Flare, and we got ourselves Graplio. These are also paired. Excuse me. Child is up here for her bath. Alright. Dory, Alek, Gazi, Gotch, Kokua. Let's see what Kokua is again. Start of your main, if you have 4 or less memory, this Digimon may Digivolve into a machine, cyborg, or TS trait Digimon card in the hand without paying the cost. This card is really going to be hilarious. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think that having that free Evo into a machine, cyborg, or TS trait Digimon is huge. Raremon especially is going to be huge when you can Digivolve into it for free, even though it's normally a 3 memory Digivolve into. And then you get a draw 2, trash 2. So that helps potentially Machine Dramon decks if you're playing that. I'm curious to see how this goes. Commandramon, Iron Slash, Paradise Coliseum, Ignition Flare. We got ourselves Gear Forest, Clavis Angemon. We've seen this a few times already. On play when Digivolving when attacking, once per turn by trashing your top or bottom security card, your opponent's Digimon's effects don't affect this Digimon until their turn ends. So, this will be an interesting top-end Digimon to play as well for decks that utilize Kari, Kamiya, and Revelation of Light, because you can typically manipulate your security to a point where you can decide whether you want the bottom security to go or the top security to go, which means you can also get more DP reductions. So, I'm a fan. And then Kyo Sawashiro. Now keep in mind, I haven't reviewed like anything for this set. I've mainly just remembered like little sneak peeks of things that people have posted online. So for the most part, like, this is kind of like my first like impression of the set. Flora, Free, Dara, Pagu, Angemon. Okay, so we found Angemon. It does have the effect that says when effects trash this card from your security stack, you may play one level 4 or lower Angel or Iliad trait card from your hand without paying the cost. So if you have another Angemon, you get to play it. And then when this Digimon is deleted, you may place this card as the top security card. So, not bad, honestly speaking. Luna, Ignition Flare, Magna Angemon, Bootmon, and Shutmon. We got a lot of hits on this side. Because I believe we're supposed to have 11 hits total. That means that out of this stack of packs left, we have at least 8 hits. Aquila, Gao, Wanya, Kraft, Kiwi, Fyra, Galgamon, Orochi, Cougar, Delta, Aegyotismon Green, and we got ourselves Sirenmon. Good lord! Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 packs here, of which 8 of them are hits. Now, one thing I actually really like also about this set from the get-go is that I am opening 24 packs again. For some reason, 81 made me feel a little cheated because of the fact that we were getting, you know, Japan-sized boxes, but paying the same price as what we normally pay for a box. So it felt kind of off to me in some ways. Side point though, I think that because we still get, I think Japan only gets, what, 6 cards per pack? Is that right? I'm not mistaken. Still, felt weird for like just opening such tiny boxes. I missed opening full boxes of 24 packs. Gecko, Aegyo, so we got Aegyo just blue, and we got ourselves our first secret rare alt art, the Shine Greymon. Burst mode, final shining burst alt. Really cool. In terms of chase cards, I'd love to get the Beelstar. I don't want waifu tax. I hate paying for waifu tax, but even then, like, I don't know how much I'm going to be collecting as, you know, things calm down on my end. Alright. We got ourselves Shakua, Grizzly, Hawk, Tap, Hyamon, Craftmon, Lady Devi, Armaliza, Factorial Town, Onmon. We got ourselves another Tanktramon. And we got Sarasmon. I like the smaller boxes. I think they're cute, but I'd like them to be priced. Yeah, I agree. I think the pricing proportionally was what kind of lured me away at first. Because I saw a lot of people were, like, there was one store that I saw that was selling boxes on pre-order for, like, 45 or 55. I can't remember exactly the price. And then when I saw people selling the boxes again for over 100, I was like, why the hell would I pay 110 for this? Four Eyes Fang 86. Hello, Panda. Been a minute. Super out of the loop with Digi. How have you been? I've been doing well. Allergy season is kicking my butt. We keep getting those cold snaps, so it's causing a lot of like my allergies to act up. Kid's doing well. She is one smart puppy. Not a puppy literally, but you get the point. Lekismon, and then in regards to Digimon, I'm equally kind of out of the loop myself. I haven't been doing much with it. I went on a whole tirade about it at the beginning of the video. Let me know if you want me to repeat those talking points again, because like I said, if you're not feeling into Digimon, you have two options. You can either, you know, quit, sell all your stuff, move on. You can take a break, which I think is the best bet for everybody, because when you take a break from Digimon, they're inevitably going to come back with something that you love in the card game. The moment they print a new War Greymon X, I'm going to try to make it work. the moment they print a new Black War Greymon X, I am going to try to make it work. It's probably not going to work, but like regardless, I still want to try because I love Greymon. Not Shine. We don't care about Shine. Free, Grizzly, Dara, Cyber Engage, Toyagu, Floramon, Kokua, Pegasus, Cosmic Area, Drago. We got ourselves another Thomas Northside. I think we're averaging 1 per. Oh, we got the Aldar Juno. That is sick. Okay. Hold up. Junomon. That alt art is beautiful. I can't tell what's happening, but like, dang. What do you guys think about that one? Alright. Effect. When this card would be played, if there are 6 or fewer total cards in both players' security stacks, reduce the cost by 5. On play, when Digivolving, by placing one other Digimon as the top security card, you trash both players' top security cards. All turns when your security stack is removed from, you may play one play cost 8 or lower Angel, Archangel, or Iliad trait card from your hand or trash without paying the cost. I'm okay with that, actually. I am very much okay with that. Really good pull. We hit Secret and Waifu. I'm okay with that. I am 100% okay with that. I'm going to probably cheek a cough drop for the stream, just because the cough is starting to bug me. So, give me a sec, ladies and gents. Alright. Sealstra, Wanya, Mirage Beast Knight, Lyle, Toko, Gatchmon, Galgamon, Sad Bearmon, Corona, wait, Happy Bearmon, Sad Bearmon. We got Murasamemon, and we got ourselves Grappleomon. The Lion Boys are together. Alright. Rare, Mara, Monodramon, Angemon, Phyra, Iron Slash. I really want to open Volcanismon so I can actually talk about him. Offmon, Patamon, Garudamon, Clavis, and another Apollo. Apollo, when this card will be played if your opponent has a Digimon with 12,000 DP or more. I think we talked about this one already. For the turn, all of your opponent's Digimon get minus 2,000 DP for each of your Digimon. Then delete one of their Digimon with as much DP as this Digimon or less. The concept of building a wide token board with like puppets and then playing this card sounds really stupid and funny at the same time. It wouldn't work, but the idea is still funny to me. Galmon, Commandra, Fang, Tap, Witch, Gardramon, Shakua, Guardian Palace, Gear Force Village, Lunamon. Alright, so we got Calismon, and then we have ourselves Tidamon. Whoops, sleep broke. Oh my god, you guys can hear her singing? Yeah, she does that. We sing to her a lot. It's one of the things that we do to calm her down. Funny enough, we listen to so much K-pop Demon Hunter that one of the things that calms her down is your idol. So every time like she starts making a fuss while we're changing her, I have to literally be like, I'll be your idol. Keeping you in check, keeping you obsessed. Raremon, Armalizamon, Bearmon, Guardian Place, Palace, derp, I can't read, Cressy, and the Beelstarmon is back. Okay, so let's talk about this one again, because we actually did not talk about this the first time. So it has blocker, when Digivolving when attacking, once per turn, you may use 1 3 Musketeers or TS trait option card from your hand, or this Digimon's Digivolution cards, without paying the cost. When Digivolving, when attacking, and counter, once per turn by trashing 1 option card from any of your Digimon's Digivolution links cards, by trashing 1 option card from any of your Digimon's Digivolution cards, or link cards, this Digimon unsuspends. So, pretty good for unsuspend. We might be able to get more security attack +1, I think, with the Magna Kid option. I have not played a lot of Three Musketeers, so I'm not well versed with all the option effects. But then the option aspect of it is Fly Bullet, which just lets you delete your opponent's highest level Digimon. Then you may place one Three Musketeers trait card from your hand or trash as any of your Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. So instead of trashing this after use, you can Arts Digivolve and then Evo into it. This is where that Lady Devimon comes in extremely handy. So yeah, the choreography for that would not be fun. I'll say that right now. Like, I don't know the choreography that well for that. Yeah, Arts Dad draws. This is still box number 2. I'm moving at snail's pace today. Like, maybe I'm just a washed up DigiTuber at this point, just trying to be like, oh, I can engage more with this. No, I'm also like, you can hear my sniffles and congestion. It's pretty bad. Monodramon, Craftmon, Cougarmon, Factorial Area, Magna Andromon. We got ourselves the Clavis Andromon again that we talked about earlier. And then we got Great Grizzly. Bind Red Trigger, Trash Security on use. So I'm trying to look for the Security Attack +1 because when you unsuspend, that means that you're able to go for a second, like, swing. And then that second swing lets you, you know, do 2 more checks. That's what I'm looking for right now. Wanya, Fang, Alek, Galgamon, Cyber Engage, Dory, Hyamon, Mach Galgamon, Gecko, Cosmic Area. We got ourselves the Aegyochusmon Green. And then Bacchus. Who's ready to drink? I don't even know what she's singing. Let me move my headset. How faint is the music, by the way? Is the music, like, super faint, or am I like overpowering it? I guess is my question, because I actually don't know how loud the music is compared to me, if there is music that you can hear. Alright, we got Pagumon, Iron Slash, Lekis, Kokua, Galmon, Divine Arms version Omega, Grizzly, Logamon, Ignition Flare, Delta, Aegyochusmon Blue. We're getting a lot of these, and I'm okay with that. And then we got Bootmon. Okay. So, with that in regards of, like, pulls, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and start doing what I normally do, where I basically skip straight to the end, and then we'll talk from there. So, if everyone's okay with that, I'm just going to do that. Just to bum rush through this, so maybe I can either find the chase card, end the stream, and put the little one to bed. So that'd be the only reason why I'm, like, rushing. Let's see. Are we ready? On your marks. Get set. Go! Same as the background for your... Yep, always. Always. Like, I'm just gonna... I like to just use Digimon music. I think it's good that way anyway. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and bum rush packs now, moving forward. Praying for a Greymon X for you too, fellow Grey... Yeah! I want the Greymon X. Moment got it, and I was like, damn, what are you asking for it? And he was just like, I like 150 right now. I'm like, damn. I'll wait. And Moment is our 2-time second place Cardfest champion who went to he went to Worlds for the first time too. No, I think this is his second time going to Worlds. Can't remember for sure. He notoriously plays Leviamon. He's known as Donkey Nog on YouTube, so if you guys want to go check out his case opening, his is also on YouTube as well if you want to check that out. Help support a fellow content creator, and subscribe if you haven't, because he does a lot of ruling videos. Really important, really crucial, and I think they really help. Galmon, Raremon, Drago, Ignition, Paradise. What am I doing? I lied. Okay, we're supposed to do it this way. We're supposed to do it the other way. I goofed. I'm sorry, chat. Okay. Yeah, get out of here. Alright. 2 from the bottom back. Cressy, reboot. Reboot. The classic Rebootmon, I actually like Rebootmon's like design. It actually looks better, in my opinion, than a lot of the other ones out there. Speedrun failed. Indeed. DIGI-PANDA now has Blitz. DIGI-PANDA has Confusion. DIGI-PANDA hit himself in confusion. Wait, wrong frickin' franchise. Whoopsie. I also feel like I've talked enough about some of the cards. So, like, if you've been, you know, keeping up with, like, the entire stream, you're at the point where you're like, oh my god, just shut up and open. We want to see the pretty cards. Like, when you get the hit, that's an alt art that is really pretty looking or whatever. Show the camera. Ma, get the camera ready. Alright, so we got the regular Shine Greymon Final Burst. Or Final Shining Burst. See, it's a little different. I'm okay with it. I'm indifferent, but whatever. The chase card for this, the 2-star, actually looks heat, though. Like, I'm actually really happy with that. The question is, can we find a playset of secrets in one case? Oh, man, if they ever add coin flips to this game, I think people would riot. Like, dice rolls, coin flips, stuff like that. I'm sure players would riot, because that would immediately be like, oh my god, oh my... I actually thought about that, though, for one of my videos. Like, what if the Digimon card game added dice rolls and coin tosses to the game? Like, oh, yellow card that says flip a coin. Heads, your opponent trashes their top security card. Tails, we got an alt art, cool. We got an alt art Habakirimon. I'm gonna sleeve this baby first. Alright, Habakirimon alt art. These are textured. But yeah, yellow card that basically says heads, trash your opponent's top security card, or tails, you trash your own security card. And then it's more so like a gambling at that point of like, oh, what's going to happen in the card game? I don't know. Siren? Ultimate Brachio! Alright. I would love a funny dice roll archetype because I love them in Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's definitely... yeah, it's not for everyone for sure. But the concept of it would be hilarious in the Digimon card game. Just like, oh, flip a token. Heads, put a token that does this on your board. Tails, put a token on your opponent's board that does the exact same thing. Oh no. Alright, so we got ourselves the Beal Star. That is our third Beal Star. We haven't gotten any Monarch Lizards yet, so it's kind of interesting. We've also gotten a lot of our good hits already, so like, if I was a scummy store, I'd probably just be like, haha, I'm not going to open the rest of that half of the box. Jerk. Alright, let's see what we get from these. We got ourselves Dan, Tankdramon, let's go! I want to build some D-brigade. Siren? Volcanismon! Okay. So Volcanismon finally makes its appearance here. Let's talk about this. When this card will be played, if you have fewer Digimon than your opponent, you reduce the cost by 5. On play, when Digivolving, you may link up to 2 cards from your hand or trash to any of your Digimon without paying the cost. Then for each of your link cards, you de-Digivolve 1 all of your opponent's Digimon. All turns, all of your TS3 Digimon gain Rush and Link +1. Which means if they didn't have Link previously, they can now have cards linked to them. Your turn, when your Digimon gets linked, one of them may attack. And because we have some TS trait cards that can already link themselves to Digimon, that means innately it's a lot better than appmon. This is where I really am upset in some regards to the game design right now, because of the fact that you have appmon Digimon. They had this motif of we link for our app effects. And then Volcanismon comes along and is like, I do everything you do, but like 50 times better. Because I abuse all the link option cards. And I give everybody link +1. But with normal appmon cards, they don't get that. So the fact that this exists is where I was kind of like, this seems really unfair for like another archetype. Like, you know how green is typically like the most made fun of color? Like, this is where generally I feel like, oh, Digisorption? Not really talked about anymore. Digiburst? also not really talked about anymore. So, like, I don't like how some aspects of the game's design have been abandoned, or other archetypes supercharge and get them. And that's ultimately it. Yeah, Oronismon is just, no. Like, I think out of all the God-level Digimon I've seen, Oronismon is probably my least favorite of the bunch. Gaiamon was really good for, like, its opener, but Oronismon came out when nobody really, like, cared about it. What is it? Hadesmon? And then we have Deusmon? No, it's not Deusmon. What am I thinking of? But yeah, generally, like, I just feel like appmon cards don't get the same love that, like Volcanismon. This is Volcanismon's first appearance, and he gets this busted effect here where I'm like, bro, what the heck? So anyway, that's my high horse moment there. Grap and Monica Simmons. Let me get some sleeves out. Ah! And in regards to chase rates right now, it seems like it's under 50%. So if you buy a case, you have a 50% chance basically to get one. And I don't know how I feel about that. Because I think I was in a discussion with someone earlier and they were like, One Piece cases, they get 2 chases and like a manga rare or something like that. And I'm just like, bro, I wish Digimon had something like that. But don't get me wrong, I think the Ultimate Rares is a good direction, like a good step in the direction of what we want to see. But I still want to see a guaranteed chase per case, if possible, at some point. Let's see what we got here. We got Flare, Grapple. But yeah, other than that, like I said, I've been spending a lot more time with family, enjoying kind of like, you know, some AFK gaming that I normally don't do. For those of you who aren't aware, I played RuneScape a long time ago, and I started picking it up again, and it was really fun. And that's the thing, when you find something... Oh, split sleeve. When you find a game that is fun, naturally, I think it's okay to, like, keep going back to it, and, you know, you keep playing it. God dang it, this one's also split, but whatever, I'll just leave it. And that's what I kind of miss about Digimon sometimes, where, like, sometimes it feels like things are, like, not really what I remember them as. And I know that's, like, kind of the, like, oh, you gotta grow up. It's like, oh, the game changes. I get it. But I also feel like we've gotten to the point where the memory gauge is largely ignored. And for a game that prided itself on, hey, this game is designed around a memory gauge system, it's not like Magic the Gathering where, like, oh, I didn't get land, I can't play anything. Or it's not based on, like a system, kind of like in Union Arena, where it's like, okay, I need 0 cost drops to, like, do something. This is where I felt like the memory system was legitimately you get to choose how much resources you give your opponent. And now you don't really care. Like, for the most part, your opponent... Wait, what? This counts as an alt art? Okay, okay. Now this makes sense. Alright. So the alt art does not... The alt art ultimate rare counts as another... Alright, we got ourselves a bunch of split sleeves. This one split too? Okay, no. Anyway. Where was I? Let's see. I wish UR was like a different version of card, not to in its own self, because then it makes another secret rare. Decks get priced out higher and higher. I'm thinking of picking up Diablo 4. Diablo 4? I mean, I don't even remember playing Diablo 4 when I was younger. Grace Novamon pays the Met. But that's the thing. Like, you remember when we had Fenrir Lugomon in BT14 that was like, hey... Oh, sorry, not BT14. It was BT17 that basically said, I dump a bunch of memory on the board. I play my Kazuchimon, which is it's a horrible consistency piece, but I need it to make Fenri Lugumon Takumi Kazuchi, and I gave you 10, but with the effect, I go to 3, and it's still my turn. That's where I was kind of like, what? That was the first time I was like, what? Okay. I got everything situated. Alright. Yeah, and then Bandai killed it. Like, I was kind of like, okay, so Fenri Lugumon Takumi Kazuchi. Really cool, like, design. Really, like, this is where I was kind of like, okay, so, like, now that your Digimon Seeker's storyline is over, like, are you, like, done supporting this? Which is why, for the most part, I was kind of like, they limited a story-exclusive deck. So in my mind, I thought that they would do the same to Medusamon with Lamumon. Because I'm going to be real, I still think that BT25 Lamumon is busted to all hell. Like, it's basically Greymon on steroids. To me. You might disagree, and that's fine. Like, this is where, like, I don't want people to think that, oh, DIGI-PANDA said this is, like, how much it's worth. Or DIGI-PANDA said this. And it's like, no. No. This is my opinion. You should not take my words as the gospel of truth. It's an opinion, and this is where I am merely telling you my thoughts and feelings about something. This is also where I feel like some content has gotten to the point where it is largely an echo chamber of regurgitating the same information. And it's not bad. Like, if I do a set review, and then I see another content creator doing the set review, I think my expectation would be like, okay, what is this content adding that this other person didn't have? Alt-Art Volcanusmon. Really cool. I really like how they did, like, the full arts, like they kind of did with the Royal Knights. Granted, we'll probably see, like, something phased out at some point. Oh my god, these sleeves. Why? Are these sleeves all ripped? Yeah, all these sleeves are ripped. Alright, I'm gonna have to, like, grab a new pack. Yeah, like, BT24 Lamumon was where I was like, you should not exist, dude. You should not exist. You are busted. To all hell, you are busted. I'm going to let everyone say DIGI-PANDA said Seekers was horrible and should never be printed again. Okay. Put words in my mouth, DL Scrub. Put words in my mouth. I think for me, like I said, the entire purpose of also doing a stream today and also opening a case is to kind of showcase that I enjoy Digimon as a franchise. But I currently don't find it fun as a collector, and I currently don't find it fun as a player. Because if you want to build jank, you really can't if you want to, like, win. If you're playing for fun, that's one thing. But there's no reason to spend, you know, hundreds of dollars to get, like, this alt art of a card, and then, you know, get like steamrolled at a local, you know, because people don't like to lose. People want to win. And I'm not saying that, like, oh, you can't win with, you know, this janky deck. It's just more so a, you know, there are consistency pieces out there that make other decks. God dang it, these sleeves, whatever. I'm just gonna roll with it. Screw it. Screw it. That's just my opinion at this point, where I'm not saying that I'm quitting. It's more so I want to take a break from the fact that maybe I will find love and enjoyment of the game again after I take a break. That's basically the gist of it at this point. So when people saw, like, I wasn't posting as much and they're like, is DIGI-PANDA okay? I was kind of like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, I know I built this whole identity around Digimon. And the channel isn't going to go away, and the channel's not going to, like, pivot to another, like, archetype, series, whatever. I'm just taking a break. Let's see. I like to lose as long as it's to jank and not bring to deck. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you like bring a jank deck that you built and you tested with somebody, right? And then like your opponent flips their first deck and it's BT25 Digimon. You're like, oh my god, it's Medusumon. Like right off the get go, you're like, this mother frickin' deck that can win turn 2. Okay, so we got it. We got the Blinding Ray. We didn't get Greymon X, but we got Blinding Ray. I would argue Ice Wall and Blinding Ray are going to be more expensive than Greymon X. Largely because Greymon X is not that competitive. But Blinding Ray, pretty good. Pretty good hit. Wee. It's also weird that it's Magnamon X with Kudamon. I'm like, why? Why is it Magnamon X and Kudamon? Like, it's such a weird choice there. I'm blinded by the light! Don't worry. I think, for me even getting that, I'm probably not going to get a chase from this box. Or a case. So... you win some, you lose some. And you only need one for the collection, so it's kind of like whatever. Clavis. Volcanus, regular. They're even bordered. That's the other thing. Okay, I'm going to move these sleeves, because these sleeves are awful. King Degen, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Alright, let's actually look at this again. So, like, the thing about this card is that you can actually see, like, a golden, like, border around, like, the sides. That's what's cool. When I saw people posting pictures of it, I thought that this golden, like, border here was actually, like, part of, like, the sleeve. But it's actually part of the card. Like, what? It's crazy. I think they're based on decks that use the card competitively. Greymon X has one deck. Why? Let me limit Greymon X because it would let one cost Evo if we do that from level 3. But that's the thing, like Lamiamon is literally Greymon X but on steroids. That's one of the big like beefs I have with Lamiamon, where I'm kind of like, okay, you guys said that Greymon X is broken because you could reduce the Evo cost and go into a level 5 for 1 memory. How does Medusumon not fundamentally do the same thing? Like, am I missing something? Like, what? What? Greymon X is just him, though. He doesn't get anything special. They just wanted to give, like, a bone to, like, Greymon fans. Would have been hilarious if they, like, announced that reprint, and then they were like, by the way, we're unlimiting it, and then people would have scrambled for their Greymon X's. I think that is the only time, by the way, that Greymon X would have, like, popped off in value. I think right now it won't. It'll continue dropping, because it's a limited to 1, and it's not in a deck that doesn't do much. But, like, yeah. Sad, we cannot get an alt art BL Star. Sad. Alright. We did get another Habakiri. We're getting a lot of Habakiris. I think this is Habakiri number 3? We're looking at Flare and Ghoul. Aegyotis. Dianamon. Alright, Danyuki. Our first Asuna Shiroki. So this is the newest Tamer that Three Musketeers players are going to be looking for. By trashing one card at start of main with Three Musketeers in its text or the TS trait from your hand, you draw 1 and gain 1 memory. Main by spending this tamer and trashing one option card from your hand, or your Digimon's Digivolution cards. One of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with 3 Musketeers in its traits, 3 Musketeers in its text, or the TS trait in the hand or trash with the cost reduced by 1. Which means you can Evo into a Lady Devi from trash, and then use Lady Devi's effect to go into Beelstar. That is insane. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the new playmat for Phantom Wildcard, check out that. I don't think I have a link in it available on me right now, but it's on my Square store. It's the newest pre-order. We have some new, fun, exciting playmats that are also coming out for EX13, and we've also planned a few more playmats throughout the year. So check those out, and like I said, I know for some people right now it's a little bit hard with the economy and everything, so I'm doing a smaller print wave. But if there is more popularity, like if there's a sudden increase in desire for certain playmats and designs, I'll do a second wave printing. So don't feel like you're going to miss out. We got ourselves another Beelstar. So if I wanted to play Glowing Dawn, I can't because I haven't opened a Monarch Lizardmon yet. Oh, another Juno? That's nice. Dan Yuki? Ultimate Brachiomon. Wait, you don't like Beat Break? I don't not like Beat Break. I just haven't opened any cards to build it if I wanted to. Like, I don't have the new starters yet, for example, but, like, I also think it's funny that, like, one of the other, like, ultimate rares in this set is the Monarch Lizard, and I haven't opened it. So I'm kind of like, I guess I'm not playing Glowing Dawn or Beat Break, because to heck with it. Best theme from Digimon World 1? Wait. Isn't this World 2? Black Gato. Almost forgot 2 cards. Sad Bear. Maybe memory fuzzy. It's okay. My memory fuzzy too. I'm getting old. Time to put my bulk away. My wife will sort these later. She is helping. Alright, we are on box number 5 right now, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're on box number 5 right now. What about the show? I mean, I've enjoyed what I've seen. I've watched a little bit of the English dub as well. Sorry, ladies and gents, I'm doing a little bit of a cleanup real quick, because, Alright. Little one should be getting ready to eat her milk for the night. Alright. I think out of all the shows, I'm still, like, a huge fan of, like, Tamers. Tamers and, like, Frontier. Frontier's opening also slaps. But, like, Beat Break I have nothing against it. I think for me, the offenders for me when it comes to Digimon series right now is the Adventure Reboot series. Because it ultimately became the Tai show, the Tai and Agumon show again. Monica Simmons right off the bat. And then I think the second one that kind of like offended me in some ways was I just couldn't get into Data Squad. Data Squad was the second Digimon, the first Digimon series actually that I kind of was like, nah, never. This ain't happening for me. This is a no. Justimon got crumbs. They done dirty on Tamer. Yeah, they did. They really did. Also, welcome, Salty. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Geochis. Boot. Hey, Geochis. Alt art Titamon. Look at this, baby. Look at that. So much you can't really see. What the heck is happening here? Okay, so he's basically posed outward. Not bad. That's one alt art. Flare, cool. Ah! Well, that's awkward. I dropped a bunch of cards and almost cut my Shine Greymon final Shining Burst. Oopsie! It'd be this pile. Okay. Let me go ahead and grab those cards off the floor. You know what they say, Butterfingers. Alright, let's check out what we got. We got Tankdramon and Kazuki Itsuki. These guys are from Appmon too. I know nothing about Appmon, and I still know nothing about Appmon. I've heard it's actually one of the better shows. But it had such a low like viewership that's why I think that's why Bandai hasn't really done anything with it. So Dan, so hyped for Three Musketeers. Also, Reboot Online seems insane. I agree. I really like the Reboot Online. It actually looks better than a lot of the existing lines that we've seen so far. But it's one of the big things that, like, you know, the Digimon card game's changed. And, you know, I took a step back long enough that, you know, as I'm opening these boxes, maybe I'll feel happy about the game again and, you know, start doing content again. But at the same time right now, I'm kind of just enjoying my break, taking time off from it. Thomas Mars. We got ourselves Murasame, Grap Leo. Once you get your rhythm down, it basically becomes, you know, second nature again. Tomuro Tenma and Kyo Sawashiro. Ultimate Rare? Nope. AJ Ochus. Clavis. There's the Beal Star again. Can we break our streak of Beals and go into a Monarch Lizard? I do like that they made Ultimate Rares at least 2 per box. Just give me the case, Chase. Come on. It's all I wish for. We got 1 ultimate rare left, 3 super rares. There's the Monarch Lizard, Final Judgment. It's our first one too. Alright, so let's discuss this a little bit too. Monarch Lizardmon is a level 5 Digimon. When Digivolving when attacking, once per turn by trashing the bottom face down card under any of your tamers, you de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. When Digivolving, this Digimon may battle one of your opponent's Digimon. So basically, you can de-Digivolve first, and then simultaneously force a battle. The Final Judgment gives one of your Digimon Rush and Security Attack +1, and plus 5,000 DP until your opponent's turn ends. Then it may attack. That's confusing as balls. Okay, so Final Judgment for 4 memory means that you can give one of your Digimon Rush and Security Attack +1, and the DP buff. Then you can Digivolve into Monarch Lizardmon, then it may attack. But you would also Arts Digivolve after you attack. And then you can force a battle. That's so confusing. Because you would still need to resolve the Arts Digivolve. Head hurt. Too much. Too much for me. Sounds like it's bedtime for the little one. Hygieochus, Tidamon. She wants Dada. I am working, little one. I am working. Dan Yuki, we got ourselves Junomon.
Someone really wanted to say hi.
Hi, little one. You want to say hi to people on YouTube? Can you say hi?
It's like there's other people here? Oh, I don't think so.
Can you say hi, little one?
Hi.
Diana.
Can you say hi, Panda?
We got Bacchus.
Well, you'll hear her through the door.
Okay.
She's a little shy, I guess.
I know. She's always shy. So, content creator father life, everyone. It's a... And now she speaks again. I love my child. You want to say hi? Hi!
Hi!
Can you say hi?
Hi!
Can you say hi?
Guess not.
Okay.
The moment I close the door, she'll say something.
Off to bed you go, little one. Off to bed you go.
Well, we're gonna read a story and then go to bed.
Yeah. Good night, little one. Good night.
She's like, no, we gotta leave the door open.
No, we can't leave the door open, little one. Ah, kids. They grow up so fast. Alright. How do I stack these? Jesus. Alright. We're halfway through, we're at the halfway point. Mathabel 5236, the game in a competitive sense, it's in a healthy state, but the difference between meta and non-meta decks and rogue feel extremely wide. I agree with that. So I had this actual conversation with, I think, Risu and a few other content creators, and we were talking about how that, yes, the Digimon card game is showing a diverse meta, but in terms of diversity, it's also interesting to see that most of like the diversity is in like the newest sets. It doesn't really like look at decks with an older competitive edge, mostly because a lot of them have been phased out. I think Bandai was also getting tired of moment shenanigans, with Leviamon. So they were like, we're putting a stop to this now, and we're going to hit the dog engine once and for all. Dog engine out. Now you can't play Leviamon. Like, we're done. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, we got our first Grace Novamon. Okay. So that's what we were looking for, too. Grace Novamon. Security attack +1, Ice Clad, Partition, Apollomon, and Dianamon. When Digivolving when attacking, return one of your opponent's Digimon with as many or fewer Digivolution cards as this Digimon to the bottom of the deck. When attacking, counter, once per turn for each of this Digimon's Digivolution cards, you may trash any one Digivolution card from your opponent's Digimon, then you may end... Wait. For each of this Digimon's Digivolution cards, you may trash any one Digivolution card from your opponent's Digimon, then you may end this attack. Interesting. Interesting. Yep. Our first Grace Novamon. We're at, I think, 2 regular art shines and then 1 alt. I think. Don't quote me on that. We're seeing a lot of Saris. I will say that there are some sets now where like the super rares feel a lot better, that you're not getting like the same crap. And I emphasize the word crap there. All right, flare, grab. Mars. Kyoso Shiro, Clavs Andra. Alright. She really wants to get in here, by the way, chat. She just saw cards all over the place and she was like, ooh, can I touch that? Hold on a sec, guys. I need to see what the wife is texting. Alright. We got ourselves Habakirimon. I will say, I'm getting a little tired seeing these already. I kind of wish the alt arts didn't eat the alt art slot, that you could get the alt art ultimate rare as its own separate. Apollo. I was surprised we didn't get a new Hackmon for reboot because it's under system and we can't search it. That's unfortunate. I don't know anything about appmon, unfortunately, so I can't really like relate. I don't know if that's the right phrase here. Yeah, Habakirimon is pretty common. Koi, welcome to the stream, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Agiochus. I think we're at 5 Habakiris right now. Tank. Oh, I thought it was other Aldar Judo. You need to find a place to buy a case? We'll talk more when I get off stream. The secrets. There's the Beelstar. So we are at probably, so by the end of this, I'll have probably 10 to 11 Beelstars. Do you think Digimon Elysian will help grow the TCG or more dilute the player pool? I don't want to be a doomer, and I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but unfortunately, I feel like at the rate that Elysian is like being pushed back and not being actually released, I think it's ultimately going to be like played for a little bit, and then it might be ignored. And then Bandai will kind of view it as like, oh, why did we spend all this resource to make this, but nobody wants to play it? Well, I think it depends on if they can bring it up to like the newest sets. If they're going to keep bringing like, oh, we have this older format where you can play like BT1 through BT5 in addition to some of these newer cards, then it's kind of like, now you're just splitting the format. Oh, we got a second one? Oh, that's nice. That Beelstar deck has been kicking my butt in testing, but every time I play it, I open like 3 EX7 option cards and can't do anything. Isn't that the story of most decks these days, Koi? I feel like most players are like, hey, I built this deck that's really good. And then like you play it and you're like, this deck is garbage. Like, I saw people were testing Angel Loop and talking about it. And Angel Loop can allegedly kill on turn 2. But in terms of actual like consistency, it is sometimes a big whiff, or it is literally like, I win. And I'm back on my soapbox now about how I feel about the card game. Crap. I've opened everything almost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have 1 super rare left. God, like for everyone else, brick in my hands, basically. My life with Alter S also accurate. Everybody was like, oh, I remember doing the set review for 81 with Omnimon, and some of the comments were, I wouldn't say vicious, but many of them were like, you know, this is good in theory and all, but like, you need like, you know, you need to have like all these cards in your hand, and you need to make sure you draw the 4, and then you go to the other 4, and then you go into the 5, and then you go into the other 5, and then you need the 6, and you go into the 6, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. If you think about it, you would Evo, draw, Evo, draw. Like, you're adding cards. It's not like it's not like vegetation and plant Digimon that are like, I just play out cards, and if you like blow up my board, I'm just boned. Angel Loop is really good, but you need to see 2 Shikuas for it to pop off turn, which makes it inconsistent. That's the thing. That's like the big issue that everyone's been saying. You need to see double Shikua, otherwise it means nothing. Like, otherwise you're gonna have to like figure out another way to take multiple life. Bright side, because Shikuamon is TS trait, technically you could top end with something that's like bigger that can let you attack at end of turn. Could. I'm not saying it's great, but the whole DNA aspect is kind of also kind of busted at this point. We saw it with Hoodie Loop already, and we're going to continuously see it still that I'm like, okay, we really need to fix DNA Digivolve at some point. Alright. And we're done with box number 6. Sad Bear, Onmon. Oh, Koi, did Geekery get anything on the regional at the Geekery? I didn't look up any information on that yet, but I assume something is coming here locally for that. Okay. Clean up a little bit. Ah, it's in June. That'll be good. All right. We are now past the halfway point. Renegade, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Hits have been okay. Got some good stuff. Haven't seen anything crazy. We got our limited pulls already. Ice Wall and Blinding Ray. Yeah, I expect that much as well. Like, all the retail, retail just beats up on, like, battle protection. Or, sorry, it beats up on, what's it called? Can't think of it now. Oh, like, the whole battle comparison deal. The Blinding Ray is beautiful, I'll tell you that. I wanted Greymon X, but I think Greymon X is going to be cheap. Hidden Potential Discovered is also going to be probably cheap, too. Because green decks just don't perform. Like, hey, Calling's pretty good, though. Did you, Matt, did you get a chase in your case? Or did you get a case? I'm content with Ice Wall and Blinding. Argo might have been a grief for me. Argo and Greymon feel like griefs to me, so I'm content with my hits on those. And it has been confirmed to be at least 2 per case on those, so. Ooh, Alter Monica Simmons. And that's the other thing about Digimon. There's so many chase cards. So we've got the Tamer, the Tamers, Beelstar, Habakiri, Galaxy. Yeah, like, there's so many chases that it doesn't feel great. Oh, cool. That's good. I have a strong suspicion I'm not going to get a chase in my case. I heard Eric got 2 in his, but out of like 7 cases that I've heard about so far, only 3 got chases. So once I hear 1 doesn't get one, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm sad now. Sad. Crap. Juno. I don't think the Beelstar UR is going to be expensive. Right? Like, everything's going to be harder to hunt. I think the Beelstar UR is probably going to be like 20, 25 tops. And the only reason why I say that right now is because having seen almost a UR Beelstar in every one of my boxes so far, that means that roughly in a case, you're probably going to see at least 8 to like 11 Beelstars. I will agree with that. I think Beelstar will be the most expensive of the URs. I think is Monarch Lizard or Habakirimon more useful? I feel like Monarch Lizardmon's more useful. Because Habakiri is kind of kill yourself kind of deal. Yeah, the thing is, like, the waifu tax is probably the only thing that's going to elevate her. Your general secret rare also will never exceed, like, 30 unless it's really good. Like, Grace Nova is kind of archetype specific, or trait name specific. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Koi, on that one. I think Habakiri is going to be, like, 8 to 10, maybe 12. And then Monarch Lizard's probably going to be 12 to 15. That's my anticipation right now. Like, I know that the ultimate rares are guaranteed 2 per box right now. So it's not like you're never going to, like, get them, is the thing. That's why I feel like if they were harder to pull, they'd be worth more money. I think I got another Habakirimon here. Habakiri! His sword looks like Zabimaru. Is it He-Ho? He-Ho, Zabimaru, something like that from Bleach. New Galaxy is fascinating to me. Almost all of its cards in BT25 are individually insane, but the deck itself just doesn't feel like it has a clear identity. Welcome to Greymon, Koi. Welcome to Greymon. That's how I feel every time they're like, here's a new Greymon card. Is it red or black? No, it's green. Or it's white. And I'm like, oh my god. Why do you do this to me? I just want to have my Greymon deck once again. I am once again asking for Greymon support. Those were the days. We have 1 more Ultimate Rare and 2 more Super Rares from this box. 4 packs to go. Will we get our second Monarch Lizard? Okay, so we got our Reboot Mon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 packs. 2 hits. Ooh, the Mirage Galgamon. We got Monarch Lizard, based on the hint. Monarch Lizard. I think overall my opinion of dual cards is a little mixed. On one hand, I think it's going to change up the game significantly, but I also feel like that it's a lot of text. Like, we're getting more and more text. We're getting more and more effects. And at some point, we need to simplify the game state. That's why I really like cards like Cyclone Mon. Because when I looked at it, I was like, wait, that's all you have? It's literally just keywords. That's so funny. All right. We are on the last box on the middle row of the case. I know, I'm getting all the pairs, Koi. It's actually kind of funny. They feel thematically grouped, Matt. They feel very thematically grouped. Green on green action here. I'll be right back. I'm going to kiss the baby goodnight before she goes to bed. I'll be right back. Hey, you go to bed?
No, she's looking at it.
Oh.
It's on stream?
Yeah, it's on stream. Just give her a kiss or goodnight.
I was gonna bring her over when I'm ready, but she's still thinking about it. Yeah, you. That's what I was looking for.
No, she just closed me out of my stream. I'll go through the other door. This is why I like there's 2 doors. Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Wanted to wish her... I got... Let's see. Boot and shut, reboot. I got Mirage in 7 out of 8 boxes last night. It was ass. Monarch, Lizard, and Tomorrow, you're getting all the pairs. Those two are very grouped, honestly. Boot and shut yet again. Okay, sorry. I was just catching back up on stream. Alright. I thought the baby was going to bed. Turns out she wasn't yet, so we're gonna... She's currently playing with drawers. She's very curious. Very, very curious. Curiouser and curiouser. Okay, so we got ourselves another Shine Gray. This is our 3rd Shine Greymon. Regular art. For me personally, if I can get a playset of secret rares and super rares out of a single case, I see that as an absolute win on many levels. Because that means that your average player could possibly get a playset of everything they need with a couple boxes. Possibly. Not saying it's possible, like, every time, but, like, there are some sets that require you to get almost 2 cases. And in one particular case, it was 81, and that's why I wasn't very happy about that set. So, yeah. Juno. Alright, Clavis, Great Grizzly. Can we get a chase? Let's see, we're at 2 hours into the stream. I would like to get done with this before the 3rd hour. We should be able to. Average about 10 minutes a box, even at high speed. We should be done in the next half hour to 45 minutes. Wow. We should make it, because I have 4 boxes left. I'm on the 7th box right now. Oh, we got the Monarch Lizard. Cool. So far, I am seeing more Beelstar Mons than I am seeing any of, like, Monarch Lizard. Which is kind of a shame. I think, like we've talked about in the chat already, I find Monarch Lizard to be superior to Habakirimon. I just don't think the idea of, like, yellow, like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself with my own security, does anything right now. Like, you're basically doing an all-for-nothing kind of deal. I think that's where, unless the deck is designed to, like, swing multiple times, has multiple levels of protection, even at 0 security, then your deck can functionally work. But with the way things are right now, it's normally I give up a lot of security and then I don't have, like, a way to protect myself. Yeah, you run both together. But I'm not saying I'm not seeing an equal distribution of them, Koi. So it makes it hard for me to be like, oh yeah, I have a playset of each. And we have seen, we've been hinted at the level 6-4 Monarch Lizard. I'm sure it's just the Dark Evolution, though, and we're actually going to get a more canon version of the level 6 later. Kind of like, you know, Skull Greymon and Metal Greymon. We got Megidramon with Gallantmon. Were there any Dark Evolutions in Adventure 2? Am I missing something here? Honestly, I'd be happy to pull the chase right now, because then the stream would end, and I would open the rest of the boxes with the wife. So she could enjoy opening some boxes after a while. Grap Leo into Mars is kind of funny. I haven't watched the show, but I'd like to see some kind of Godzilla-type creature for Gecko's real Mega. if they do something like Siriusmon or War Greymon, I'm going to be a little sad. Because, like, we've seen those types of designs and motifs over and over again. If anything, I thought it would be really interesting to see something similar to, like, Stardust Dragon. But people were saying that it has to be something moon related. So Tsukiyomimon or whatever would be their, like, idea. That's what would be interesting, though. I really like Dinomon's design, to be honest. I just wish they could have capitalized on it more to make it, like, better. Like, represented. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. SRs are all out. 5 packs left. We have ourselves an alt art, and we have another UR. We got the Monica. Monica, this is our second alt art that we've gotten a duplicate of. Our first duplicate was Volcanismon. Big Godzilla with a samurai moon helmet. That'd be hilarious. I love it, though. I'd approve. Crescent Moonblades, probably, but that feels so overdone. I mean, that's the thing. Like, doesn't Mirage have like the crescent moon motif as well on it? There's the Beelstar. And then last pack. Last pack magic. Can we get it? Can we get last pack magic? Hello? Hello? Bam! No, nothing. All right, we are down to the bottom row of the case. Now remember, just because I open certain cards on stream doesn't mean that you'll necessarily get the same thing. I want to make that clear. What is it called? Gambler's Fallacy, I believe is what it's called. Well, we got a playset of Shines. For sure. I think we're at 2 Grace Novas right now. I've seen Geckos and Onmons like this entire time, so... Rares, Murasame and Graplio. Juno. Great Grizzly. Any SP2 star? Negative, Ash. Negative. I don't think we're gonna get one. I'll probably open one more box and then stop and have open one with the wife. I know she misses opening packs too. Cool flare. But I'm at the point where in the Digimon card game, if I'm expecting a chase per case, I'm just asking for disappointment. Because most of the time, like, I think the last time we had a chase per case was like BT16? I think BT16 was the last time it was almost guaranteed per. Almost. Because I remember I opened up a case, and then I opened a second case, and I got 2 chases. The Greymons were fairly common, and I only heard about like maybe 1 or 2 people out of like hundreds of cases that did not get a chase. So, but of course, it's going to be Beelstar all over again. But at the rate I'm opening Beelstars, I feel like Beelstar's price isn't going to hold because of that. It's so common for like you to get a Beelstar that like it doesn't make sense for people to be like, oh yeah, this could be like a $25 uncommon or $25 ultra rare. I guess at the same time though, you could view it as, what's the phrase I'm going for here? I hear a crying baby. Be right back. No, you're fine. Okay. Whew. Alright, sorry about that again, chat. I'm back. Baby was crying, wanted to help the wife. I opened one case and 5 boxes of BT16 with no chase. See, that's the thing. Like, people, there was a very, like, low reported numbers of BT16, but it seemed like everywhere I looked for BT16, players were saying that they got a chase in a case. Or, like, their locals opened a case and bam, there was a chase there. Yeah, your luck is crazy, Rick Rocks 3000. Like, BT15 was notoriously bad. I think it was like 1 in 7 cases was a chase. 2 per box guaranteed. It's hard to have a price over $10 IMO. I agree to a certain extent as well. But the thing is, like, I'm also looking at it from the perspective of, is it a mandatory playset? Because in that case, you need to get multiple boxes to guarantee that playset. So 4 boxes right now would roughly equate to, say, if you're looking at MSRP, I think what, MSRP is 105, something like that? Is that right? So you're looking at around $420 for a playset of hopefully opening your own Beelstars. I don't want the manga Sendra. I mean, I don't have it yet, Matt, but like, if I open a chase, I'm probably going to keep it, to be honest. Especially if it's the Beel. Because the Beel is going to be a pain in the butt. Grap Mars. $120 MSRP. Yeah, so $480 for a chance at 4 BL stars just sounds like it's gonna be a pain. That's why, like, I think 20-25 is probably the reasonable price right now for a BL star. 10 is probably gonna be like the Monarch Lizard, and then probably 8 is gonna be your Habakiri. Oh, I'm well aware. I'm so well aware, Matt. I'm well aware of what everyone. I'm well aware of what you and Sai are chasing. Doesn't help that Sai took a bunch of them out of the population too. That collector. Ooh, a shine into an alt shine? That's heat. It's our second shine too, like this one. 2 shines in a box is kind of funny. So one has to be the alt, the ultra. It's the last pack. Is it the Beal or Habakiri? Beal. I'm just gonna do that. Give me one sec, guys. Just wanted to make sure my poles didn't fall on the ground and then I wheel over them. Alright. Also, when I was doing the Digimon Liberator reads, it was really fun. Like, I think that was the most fun I had with voice acting in a long time. It was just unfortunate that, like, all the work that went into it, it didn't really get much viewership, and I don't think, like... I think my expectation was, like, the amount of efforts you put into it would, you know, give you a semblance of something. And that's not the case for everything that you ever do. So, I think that's why ultimately, like, I put those on the back burner for the time being. Even though I have the lines recorded for the next chapter, which is when Violet and Asuna face off for the first time. Black Auto, shut. Cressy, Callus. Ooh, another Grace. This is our third one, I think. I think we're close to a playset of all the secrets. This is where, in my mind, I will always argue that a set is successful if you can deliver me a playset of secrets and supers in a single case. That's where I'm like, Flare and Apollo. Taida. And the playlist just ended. So we've looped back around to the beginning. Some calming Adventure 1 music. Not Adventure, Digimon World 1. Monarch Lizardmon. Apollomon. That's cool. We haven't seen this one yet. That's a cool one to get. Great Grizzly. Siren, Ultimate Brachio. We've got 5 hits so far out of 11, so we have 7 more hits, 12 packs. The Habakiri, we're done. Oh, this is the first one we did not get a Beelstar, I think. So we got the Habakiri and the Monarch Lizardmon. Hakuzo 5677. Hi everyone, got a bit late here. How are the hits so far? The hits are okay. So you're guaranteed 2 ultra rares, ultimate, ultra, URs, I don't know what they're called them right now, per box. And then you get the standard 7 super rares, and then you have 2 alt arts, or one of which could be a secret. So, and then your alternate art, are they ultra rares or ultimate rares? Now I'm like mixing it up because I'm tired. But your alternate art URs are also going to be included in the alt art pool. So we have basically all of our like hits, quote unquote. We're just looking at super rares now. Legato. Diana. Danyuki Tantramon. We got ourselves Clavis, Rebootmon, we got ourselves Agiochus, Cressy. Two hits left, about 5 packs to go. Can we get the chase? Nope. Callus, Volcanus, Flaremon, Grapleo. 1 hit to go, I think, and then the other one could be just another regular pack. Could we get some last pack magic? Cressy, Asuna Shiroki. I think this will be the last pack I open. I do want to open 1 box each with the wife, and so this will probably be where I end the stream today. Things to talk about again before I sign off. Clavicandra, Kyo Sawashiro. There were no chases out of the 10 boxes that I opened on stream today. So I'll give an update probably when after opening the last 2 boxes with the wife. I do want to mention one more time though that you are guaranteed 2 God, what are these called? It's box day. Ultimate rares. You're guaranteed 2 ultimate rares per box. You get 7 super rares, and then you also get 1 alternate art guaranteed, and then the last one can be either another alt art or a secret. You also have 2 box toppers, which could be from a variety of, I think, 5, 6 cards, something like that. And then outside of that, I do want to mention again that I haven't been uploading as much content because of, I think for me, from the collector side, mentality-wise, I did not like kind of where 81 went because I just couldn't get what I wanted from it. And then the prices for it were also kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. In regards to gameplay, I felt that a lot of the design right now has been geared more towards like Time Stranger and all that, and I don't really have a huge stake in that. I'm a more nostalgic Digimon Adventure 1 through Digimon Adventure 4 kind of deal. So until really they hit something that really, tickles my fancy again with that, that's why I haven't been playing too much hardcore with the game. But that being said, I don't want to be the voice that makes it your opinion that the Digimon game is quote-unquote dying. I don't think it's dying. It's just not my cup of tea right now, and I'm kind of shifting priorities to other things that make me, happy. When you've got a kid and you've got work, that you want to do something that, makes you passionate, and if it's not there for the time being, take a break. And I strongly recommend to everyone, just take a break if you're not having fun with the Digimon card game, because ultimately it'll still be here, it'll still continue growing, and who knows, maybe in the next set, maybe in the future set, you'll find something that, is what brings you back to the game because it's something that you love. Whether it be a new keyword, whether it be, your favorite Digimon getting a new upgrade. That's ultimately what I wanted to, send the message today. Not that, people are probably talking about, oh, DIGI-PANDA isn't posting as much, so the Digimon card game must be dying. A lot of content creators right now, I know, either have had kids or have just shifted priorities to something else that makes them happy. And I don't think that should be what is used to gauge whether the game is, doing well or not. I think ultimately that it's still the Digimon franchise, and if you support it, support it. Other than that, that's all I really had for tonight. I just wanted to talk about that one more time before signing off. Again, you'll also get 2, what are they called? Limited chase cards, what have you, per case. So if you're lucky, you'll be blessed with 1. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I didn't, do all 12 boxes again, but like I said, this was really fun. It was kind of neat, opening up packs, 24 packs again, and kind of going through the effects one by one, being like, yo, this is actually really cool, really interesting. So if you have anything else that you enjoyed about today's video, go ahead and leave a comment, leave a like, share with your friends, because inevitably I might be coming out with more statistics. I also might not. We'll see. Other than that, I hope everyone has a great night, and I'll catch you on a later date. This is DIGI-PANDA, logging out.